I'm the Chief of Staff for Assemblyman Boyland. And today marks a great day for two reasons. One, well, maybe three. Yeah, I'll tell you three. One, because everyone's here and everyone's still coming. And you know how we love you guys and we thank you for your support. We know that the Assemblyman is in office for another 2 years, so let's give a round of applause for that. And on that very special day was his birthday. Yeah, he celebrated his 38th year on Earth. So when he comes in, you guys should wish him a happy belated.
This past election, the numbers here in the district, there are 60,000 registered voters. How many folks do you think came out to vote on Tuesday? I'm sorry?
20,000.
No, not 20. 4,000 people came out to vote on Tuesday. 60,000 registered voters in the district. 60,000. So
we can't let that happen in November.
Right. We need to pull all these folks out to vote, ladies and gentlemen.
We used to have tables like out in the street,
Right.
in certain areas, and register people. I noticed we don't do that anymore.
Which is what we're going to start doing again this coming week and the following weeks. We only have about 15 days left to register folks for the November 4th election.
I noticed that on election day, the primary day that just passed, I work the same EVA
Polling site, right.
every year. And a lot of the voters that came out to vote that were Democrats
Right.
are now Republicans. Their names weren't in the book when they came out to vote. And they were very, very upset.
There are, that's another problem. There are only about 384 registered Republicans that live in this neighborhood.
Right.
That's a good thing. No, it's not. But and when you go to the polls, what happens is a lot of those folks don't have, they don't have enough people to fill the sites on the polls. So that's what happens there. But in terms of the names not being in the book, that's just participation once again. If you don't vote after a certain amount of time, your name comes out of the book.
Right. I know, but these are people that come to vote that I see every year.
Right, no, I
They
get
come out
that.
to vote. But when they came on Tuesday, they couldn't vote because their name wasn't in the book.
Right.
And if they move,
Hold on.
and then,
That is something that we're going to address as well, but a lot of times it's because of the participation. A lot of folks just don't show up, is the deal.
What were y'all going to take back over PS 178? Because we had so many new people that didn't know what they was doing.
That's part of what Barbara was talking about. What happens is, like she said before, we the shared responsibility in terms of placing people. We don't have to do that anymore, and we can place the folks with the red education, let's say, to come into the spaces. So yes.
The first part has to do with voting irregularities.
Yes.
And we can very much anticipate. I'd like to know what is this office doing in anticipation of that.
Well, that's where the participation comes in. What we're planning to do is to get into every tenant association, block association, church, and to spread the word about it. That's basically, the communication has always been a problem in our community. I mean, we can mail, we can come to the churches, the places where we think the information is going to get disseminated, and 9 times out of 10 it won't. But we're going to try to reach as many people as we can and other folks who have that outlet to get to folks, because we can't be everywhere at the same time. It's 150,000 people that we represent here, and it's a lot of places to cover. So we're going to do everything we can to reach out. So you'll be getting some mail, some phone. A lot of you got phone calls, right?
Yeah.
Right, same deal. Phone calls, so on and so forth. We're going to try to push this as much as possible. We've been working with I don't want to get partisan, but we've been working with the campaigns to have that conversation about the outreach, to answer your question. All right, what about the second part?
No, I don't think I got a clear understanding of your answer as in terms of the electoral process, the apparatus, the equipment. Are you talking to the Board of Elections regarding their taking steps to eliminate any voting irregularities?
That wasn't your question.
Okay, well,
Is that the second one? Okay, well, considered part 2. what's happened in the past, and a lot of you saw the new machines in the sites this time. Right. There's been a lot. Right. That's part of why it just came on the scene, because in other states you've had the same irregularity and problems at the voting sites because of stuff just like that. Now, on a statewide level, we've been talking to the different localities, meaning counties, Kings, Queens, Manhattan, so on and so forth, about the very same thing. The Board of Election is supposed to get back to us this coming week with how they plan to fix this problem. So, like I said before, as soon as we get the information, we're going to try to disseminate it as quickly as we can to get it everywhere we can at the same time. Does that answer it a little bit?
Yes.
Okay.
We have housing applications. It's very important because it's crucial. There's a new building on 720 Rockaway, and these are the applications for them. Okay? It's very important. There's some instructions on here. We have a lot of these applications. We're not limited. Okay? But it's important because it's a first come, first basis. Okay? So if you know someone or you yourself need a place to stay, then you need to grab one of these applications, get it filled out. It has to be self-addressed and mailed. Okay? We can't do it for you.
One question. I like to know, what are you going to do with a handicapped one? You have a machine, but we couldn't use it.
You couldn't use it?
No.
Okay. Does it say, what, was it broken?
No, there was no one to show how to do it.
Okay, see, now, those are issues that we need to know about, because during the training, you had individuals who were trained on that, and they were supposed to have been someone there to show you how to use it when it happens. So your coordinator, the coordinators in the sites, they're supposed to give that right back to us. Right. Only one person was supposed to get it.
The Board of Election is going to have 2 people trained to operate those machines. Another thing, the coordinators were also sent over to the criminal court building to train on those machines, and I went because I really wanted to know. If you do not have the service in your area, call the Board of Election. They will send you someone trained to operate those machines.
Well, you know what? We actually like you to reach out to us, because it is our job as the leaders to do what you just said. Reach out to us so we can get back to the board and say our community didn't have this. And we need to answer that. All right. I'd like to thank everybody. Like I said, Tuesday was a good day. We enjoyed a lot. A lot of good things happened on Tuesday, and I want to personally thank all of you. A lot of what we do and all of the ideas and questions that the things that we bring into the community, a lot of you give that to us, and I want to thank you for that. One more.
I want to have a birthday to you and wish you many more.
Oh yeah, one more. That's why it was my birthday that day too.